Three, two, one.
Swift as a pulsing river, with all the force of a great typhoon. We started. We started. Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. This is your host with the most, White Boy 7th Street and EB
Oh yes,
Lawaru. Take us on the podcast.
yes sir. We're back. We took a little break, week six. Um, it was a tough week, man. We had one game show
Uh,
up, the 9 a.m. game, and then everyone else got snowed out. So there was a bunch of forfeits. Week six. So not much to talk about there. But
One team showed up, man. Who
yeah,
played that game?
it was Blue Valley
Uh,
Snipers versus El Quds.
week 6, no one really cared. Everyone's out of town, wedding and stuff. It was like Thanksgiving break. Um,
Yeah, huge
but to wrap up
snowstorm.
week 6, we have stat leaders, right, for the season.
Yeah, yeah. So, since we only had one game play, the top three really didn't change because the teams who played weren't in the top three, so or weren't even in the top five actually. So, for points, we still have TJ Abdurrahim, who's on Muslimin. He's leading the league in points with
Man,
115 points. And then at number two spot, we got Will Mooney. He
Willie,
the
Willie
crazy thing
Wonka.
is he's number two, but he missed I think week one or week two. Like he missed 2 weeks, I think.
Week 1, I know for sure.
Yeah, so he's 7 points behind with missing a
It's
game. This
crazy.
boy's a bucket, man. I'm not gonna lie. And then number
It's
three we
crazy.
have Rudolph.
Free
Not much to say
chicken.
there. Yeah, free chicken, man. Free chicken. And then we'll move on to assist. Assam Magistri, Elias Shvi. He had, as you know, he had heart surgery. He's doing a lot better now.
He still won the leading assist.
Yeah, he's still number
That's
one.
crazy.
Yeah,
He
with
missed two
16.
games. Missed 2 games and he still won.
Yep. Yeah, he
That's
has
crazy.
16, and then his brother right behind him with 14.
The
Um,
Gicities, man, they're assisters.
man, that's their
Will
that's their game style.
will Osama ever be able to play basketball again?
From what I'm being told, maybe in like 6 months,
That's good.
he'll be
That's
able to
good.
play. The doctor said he can play sports again, but as far as like
Alhamdulillah.
lifting heavy things, I don't know how that's gonna work out. Um,
Mm.
and then we have in the third spot, we actually have TJ Babakir from Ghost Town and Will Money
Oh,
at number
damn.
three spot with 13, tied at 13, which is kind of crazy. Um, yeah, and then we'll move on to rebounds. We have TJ Abdurrahim, who's also leading in points.
This
He's
guy's doing everything.
he's doing it all, man. He has 55 rebounds, leading the league. Then you have number two, you have Muya, which is crazy because Muya is like he's about 5'7",
Bro,
about same height as me. Might be a little
Muya
shorter.
somehow gets every rebound. I don't know how he gets every. He has crazy hops. He's always in the paint. This guy is a baller, bro.
Yeah, he's a
He
baller.
works really hard. He works really hard. He's not ready. He's not scared to get dirty, man.
Yep.
He's in the paint battling.
And
Crazy.
and then in the last spot, the third spot, we have Rudolph and Muzammil at 48. So the big men getting
يا أيها
outplayed.
المزمل. Okay, my bad.
The big men getting outplayed for rebounds, kind of shocking. How are you at in there, kid? You're a rebound machine. What's going on?
Look, I've been getting no PT, man. That's not fair.
Our team is too much, man. It's hard to
Our
get
team
playing
is too
time.
good. That's a thing, but it's okay. I'm not here for stats. I'm here for dubs only.
Oh yes, that's the mindset. And then steals, man. The steals are close. It's all within one or two. We have Azuz at number one. We have Momo and
Man,
Omar Allen at number two. And then Muya at
what a
three. So
land.
it's first has
That's
13,
actually crazy.
second has 12, and then third has 10. So very close in steals there.
All these players are like fast, small people. Amr Alan, that guy's a center.
Yeah, look, he got that little pickpocket, little boom.
Get that? Low key. I've seen him play defense. He's low key a dog on defense. He's up close and personal,
He
man.
gets low too. He's huge. You
He
can't
gets
move him.
low. He gets low. He's like a rock. You
Yep.
gotta pass a rock. It's crazy.
And then in blocks, the last category, we have Ibad, one of the twin towers, at one at the first spot with number eight, with eight blocks. Um, and then we have Nagib number two with 7 blocks, and then Ahmed
Agreed.
Abdurrahman who's on Slam Dunk with 6 blocks. So yeah, we're gonna let you guys know who the MVP is soon. But that's the standing so far. And then we can get into last week's week six, or first round of playoff.
What's good?
No, no, first round of playoffs. We'll get into week six was a bust. Week six was a bust. But yeah, I wasn't there. I was out of town traveling, so um,
I'll
I
give you
was
guys
yeah.
my thoughts on playoffs week one.
Hmm.
So first team, we had who played first? Um, who played first?
You don't know this man? Come on.
It was
It was El Quds versus Snipers, man.
Quds versus Snipers,
The
man.
rematch of the week
Not
before.
gonna lie, not gonna lie. I thought Snipers were gonna put up a better fight than this because Snipers got smacked in week six because they had no team. They had their full team, and I thought that this Ibadullah, Amar Qureshi, Zeki, 15-year-old Ayan, I thought these kids were gonna go crazy because they've been going crazy the whole season. And every one of their games, it comes down to the T, and they clutch it. But what was happening was this team wasn't acting the same. I don't know what was going on. Amar and Ibad should have been like the dynamic twin tower duo like they've always been. I think Nakib gave him a lot of trouble. I think Nakib kind of locked down Amar, and then I think Ibad. I don't know. I think the white boy. You know the white boy Smith, Seth, Steve,
No.
whatever his name is.
Yeah.
He Loki gave Ibad some trouble.
Oh,
Um,
Seth. Yeah, Seth
he's
Walker.
aggressive. He's aggressive. He's good at defense. So and then you had a whole bunch of fast kids on Al Quds. You had Azuz, Omar 428, Nuh, all these kids who can kind of lock up, who basically
Yeah.
did lock up a 15-year-old, and he didn't do nothing. He literally had like 2 points the whole game, 3 points the whole game, and usually he scores like 15 plus. So like if he's not doing anything, who's doing something? Amar's locked up, Ibad's locked up. No one's really doing anything.
Yeah.
Al Quds is
Defensively, El Quds is a nightmare. I'm not gonna lie. They got Noah.
they're crazy.
They got
Yeah,
freaking Naguib. Azuz can
energy the
get
whole
hard.
game, bro.
Yeah.
They got energy the whole game. So like if they lock you up, you don't really have a lot to do. So it was 61-47. My setup is getting chalked right now. It was six. Forget it. It was six. Oh my god, lighting crazy. It was 61-47. Al Quds took out Blue Fire Snipers. It was a shocker. Um, I think Blue Fire Snipers had the potential to win it all. Honestly, they just Amar's washed, man. I'm sorry, but he's no longer the MVP that he used to be in the previous leagues. He won MVP before, remember?
Yeah. Yeah. He did.
He was like, you know what it is? I think he didn't have someone like Hazim controlling him and making sure that he's doing the dog work like he usually does. He didn't have the coach to use him properly, I
Yeah.
think.
They
I
just
think he
out
was
there
playing
free
too
balling.
nice. Yes, I think he played too nice. Like he wasn't being aggressive enough. That's what I think what happened. Ibad did his thing. Everyone did their thing. I think Imar needed to step it up a little bit more. He's been busy probably with school and stuff, so he probably haven't played ball in a while. But it just they needed a captain. Their coach, Steve or Smith or what's the coach name? The white kid on their team.
I forgot his name. Yeah.
Anyways, he scored like 2 points the whole game, and he was in half the game. So I feel like that was tough. He should have been out of the game more. He didn't really score that much,
And they freaking
but
brought broken wrist in the game. I think that was a mistake.
broken wrist. They brought broken wrist in the game. I don't know what's happening, but playoffs, man. Um, that being said, let's move on to the
10
second
a.m.
game.
Yep. We
The
had
Colts, I think they're gonna go pretty long, but we'll talk about that,
Mamba Mentality versus Islam Dunk, which from the
man.
scoreboard it looked like a close game. But what was your thoughts on that game?
I feel like this game it wasn't really a close game. I feel like Islam Dunk had the lead the whole time basically, and they were looking really good out there, man. Anwar was dropping threes very easily, very easily. You
He's a
had
shooter, man.
Momo, you had Momo, and the other tall guy, John. They were throwing dunks, bro. John was like he was throwing dunks and missing, like he was just having fun, bro.
I
They
saw
were playing
Momo
real
dunk.
good.
I didn't know Momo could dunk.
Momo dunked, bro. John dunked too. I just didn't get on camera, but it's on the highlights. John dunked, made it in. Momo dunked. Um, this team, they did really good this game. They pretty much had to worry about the other John on Mamba Mentality.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
That other John and Mozembe. They kind of had to worry about them only. They kind of locked them up for real. They didn't do that much. I mean, they did, but like the Sam Dunks did more.
What did
They
what
had
did
too much
Kurt
more
do?
extra.
No show.
I don't remember, man. He probably made some shots. Probably made maybe 10 points or something. It just the game wasn't really that close, in my opinion. The scoreboard looks close, 10 point game or so, but it kind of was like a blowout, to be honest. The whole game. It didn't seem that competitive, but like it looked like it was competitive because like you had John driving in and making points, so it was like nice to watch.
Yeah.
The problem is Sam Dunk kept banging back at them, man. Sam Dunk just threes, twos, three. They just kept coming in. High scoring game, you know. So
Mhm.
it was tough to for them to keep up. So Slam Dunk is looking crazy in the playoffs. They were shaky all season, not all season, the end of the season. They didn't have their teammates. They kept losing. So I think they locked it in. They're like, okay, we're not easy team to beat, and they're really not, especially
Dang.
if their whole team is there.
I just checked the stats. Kurt had 16, so he played
Yeah,
pretty
so we went
good.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Muzammil had 19, almost 20 points. So, other John had 16 as well. So they were
damn.
they were
So it was a
scoring.
3 point.
Yeah. It was
That's
crazy.
what it is. What happened was Slam Dunk just outscored them. Honestly, they just
Yeah.
kept outscored them. And I think from what I remember, even Mama Natalia, their team was getting kind of tired at the end, and Slam Dunk just kept bringing it in. So good game, close game, but Slam Dunk showed that they're a better team. So
Yep. Mama mentality did not live up to the name. They got first round bounced. And we will see them next season, or maybe not. And then we can move on to the 11 a.m. game, which was Ghost Town versus World Fresh. Now, this
man,
game I thought would be a lot closer. This is the first week they had their whole team. I know they were like the worst team in the league, but their record didn't show the talent that they had. So I thought maybe they give Ghost Town a run for their money, but it just shows how good Ghost Town is and how much they can score the ball, which is crazy.
so what I have about this game from the get go, Ghost Town shows up 10 minutes late. The refs are screaming at me and they're saying, "Start the game. I don't care." I'm like, "Look, we're gonna give Ghost Town some more time. Let's give them a tech. We're gonna give Ghost Town a tech. Maybe they'll come in time, but the tech's done." Tech came. I think Chicken made 1 or 2 points off of the tech, and then we started the timer. So timer kept coming down. I think if Chicken made all the points, they would have had maybe 4 points for the
Mhm.
whole all the techs. But I think he only made 1 or 2. So they started off the game with 18 minutes,
Mm.
and they started off the game with Ghost Town having 4 players. 4 players versus five for probably 2 minutes. Okay, and World Fresh was not taking advantage of that. It was like a good competitive game. I don't. They four played zone. World Fresh wasn't scoring, and they were scoring on World Fresh. It was
Dang,
crazy. Like it's 4v5. What's going
that's
on?
crazy.
You know. So then, and no one's warmed up on Ghost Town either. No, they just shoes are coming on, the hoodies coming off, and they're just jumping in the game.
Hmm.
Which it's 11 o'clock game. I don't know how they're not there. But
This team, man, that's something they
um,
cannot show up on time, bro. I don't know what it is, man.
I
I
know,
hope
man.
this week they show up on time, but because if the refs have to stay late, if they're even able to stay late, the money's coming out of their pocket, bro. I'm not gonna lie, because we're paying the
Yeah,
refs to be there, man. You guys showing up every week late is just insane, bro.
yeah. Yeah, even just like 5 minutes because we're on time every week.
Yeah,
You know what
we're
I'm saying?
there waiting.
The refs want to leave at 1 o'clock. They're out of here. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? So they know if the game starts late, they're gonna stay late, and they're not trying to do. They're like, I don't care. I'm starting the game. But World Fresh, I think towards like the middle of the game, it was before even halftime.
Mhm.
I don't want to say anything, but like it's a playoff game, right?
Yeah,
Mikhail's son should not be in the game, in my opinion. He was in the game a lot, and he
I
was
agree.
actually having like he was turning the ball over. I understand it. Let him play. It's good for him to learn. But in a playoff game, he should not step foot in the ring at all unless they're winning.
Mhm.
So he was in the game. I saw Chicken getting fed up that he was in the game. Like it's playoffs. It's halftime. Why is he in the game at halftime? You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it was just tough. They had Ahmed on the bench. They had like two other people on the bench while that kid was in. And I'm not saying that they lost because of that. I'm just saying the team doesn't have enough chemistry, and they're just every week they're all over the place. Chicken's trying to carry. Mikhail is doing good. He's doing his thing. Everyone's doing good, but they're not doing great. They're not doing amazing to win a game. You know what I'm saying? They're doing good as a team. They're just not doing amazing because the other team is crazy. So they're gonna outscore World Fresh. So you got to bring more to the game than just
Yeah.
good.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought when you sent me Snapchats of Mikhail's son being in, I was like, they've got to be blowing them out right now. Like, what's going on? Like, if I
Yeah.
when I see a kid in the game, I thought they're up by a lot, and then when it turns out they lose by a lot, it's like, why was he even in the game? So I don't know what
Like
was
the
going
whole
on
season
there.
is fine.
Yeah.
The whole season's fine, but
Yeah.
it's a playoff game. You know what I'm saying? Playoffs. You saw what happened to us in the playoffs. We'll talk about it next round, but we
Mhm.
almost lost in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay, against a team that was last seed, we almost lost. Muslimin first seed almost lost to a last seed team because playoffs is different. It's a different game.
Mhm.
Everyone tries a lot harder. Everyone's on their A game, so you can't be bringing kids on a playoff game specifically. But World Fresh had a good run. I think they had very good potential to be great. It just they were good. They weren't great, and every team is coming for greatness.
Yeah, good is a stretch, but well, they were horrible. I think we'll go on to the 12 o'clock game, Muslimin versus Fajr. You kind of touched that on a bit. Um, you were
Close game,
surprisingly on the
man.
bench a lot. You were sending a lot of Snapchats, kind of keeping us
Yeah, I
updated
was.
while I was out of town. I was kind of shocked by
Yeah,
that because we had a lot of missing players, so I thought for sure you shouldn't be on the bench in that scenario. Um, and it was a close game, closer than I thought. We only won by what,
it
six
was very
points?
close game. I'm telling you, man. Fejid, they came ready to go. Even LeBron came late. LeBron came late, and
He
we
has a
still
sprained
almost
ankle
lost.
too.
Sprained ankle. Actually, no. In the beginning of the game, we were up by 10. I'm saying this is what's wrong with their team. Beginning of the game, it was 10-0. 10-0. Beginning
Damn.
of the game. Our team is too cocky, too confident, too many role players that we don't know what to do. We need a coach. Our team needs a coach to tell everyone what to do. You're sucking right now, get on the bench. You need a sub for this. You stay on, you get the ball. I think our team was just this game we were too overconfident and we weren't trying it hard enough. And we paid for it at the end of the game because Fejit came ready to go. They were slinging. Muya was slinging. Pretty much everyone. And there was this guy, what was his name? He was throwing up 3 points like
Saeed?
crazy. Uh,
Saeed? The tall dude?
Saeed was not missing. Saeed was not
Yeah.
missing. I'm like, press up on this kid. Why is no one pressing up on him? They give
Hmm.
him a little room. He's just throwing it up. And if I was, we'll live. We're not living. We're almost lost. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're not playing like to our full potential that game, and we almost paid for it. But thankfully, Hamza Shabir came in clutch. He was driving in, making points. TJ came in clutch. He's driving in, making points, and they were hard points. These were
Yeah.
not easy points that they were making. So the thing is, we won because we were able to score. Our
Yeah.
defense was trash, and we are getting scored on, but we were able to score. That's why we won.
Yeah, I looked at the stat sheet. Hamza definitely carried. He had like 20.
Yeah,
TJ struggled. He had like 10 or 12, which is unlike
yeah,
him. He scored 40 like 2 weeks ago. So that definitely
yeah.
can't happen. And to your point about everyone not knowing what to do, I think obviously we're missing our captain Osama, but also Lia's kind of quiet, Hamza's kind of quiet, Ali's quiet, TJ's quiet, and Fahad this is like first week playing, so everyone who was there is quiet. Like missing, I think me not being there and Osama not being there definitely like affects like the the how
Movement of
yeah
the
how yeah,
game.
how
Yeah,
cohesive we are as a team. Like no one's being vocal, everyone's kind of just being quiet, getting frustrated when things are going bad, but no one's
yeah,
vocalizing how to fix the problem or what to do. So
right.
that definitely adds up. But yeah, thank God we won that game, bro. If we lost, man,
That would have been the most upset thing ever. An 0-6 winning against a 6-0. And
dude.
what's crazy is the whole sideline was going crazy for Fedget. They were like, defense, defense. They wanted to win away. And honestly, I think Fedget was happy with their L that they took because they
Of
literally almost
course,
took us out.
of
They played
course.
really good. They almost took us out. It was a really fun game to watch. They played really good. So that was a really competitive game. And Fedget did give us a run for their money. So that was really good. Muya played like a goat. They all played good. Other guy, what's his name? There's like another John on their team. Linebacker.
Oh
Linebacker played really
yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah. He's
Yeah, he was
solid.
playing like a dog. Yeah, he's very solid. He was hard to guard.
Yep,
Yeah, he was driving in, man. They were driving in and just throwing it up like it was crazy. But that wraps it up for week one
yep,
or
and
the round one of the playoffs.
yep, and on the week two. It's a short week.
Championship week,
Yep,
man.
four teams left, and who's gonna come away with the championship? We actually have a surprise for the championship, the ceremony at the end.
Yes.
You guys are gonna see. We're gonna keep it on hush for the winner. If we win,
You
we'll get it. If we don't win, the winner will get it regardless. So,
you guys are gonna want to win.
yeah,
So
I think it was a good
try your
addition for this
best.
league.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, the first we play first. We're first seed, so we kind of get that advantage of having the break before the championship.
A break before the game, which is huge, by the way. Huge,
Yeah.
huge, huge
So
advantage.
we're playing a slam dunk, which we beat them by like 30 in like week 2 or week 3.
Yeah.
But this team is good. I don't like. that like we played really good that game, and they also played good, but we're gonna have to play that same way if we want to beat this team. This is not an easy dub by any
Yeah,
means. This team is
yeah.
better than Fajr when they all show up. They got shooters, they got dunkers, they got everything on this team. They got height, so we really got to bring our A game. I'm confident that we can still beat these guys, but if we play the way we played last week, it's an L for
Yeah.
sure.
I feel like they also have home field advantage. I feel like the whole stadium is rooting against us, which it makes sense. You know,
Yeah.
we're the, but slam dunk. Keep in mind when we beat them, they started off hot, dunked on the first play on a bow, started off hot.
Yep.
So we kind of the way we play is like when it's bad, we start locking in. And so you saw last week we were up by 10, we let loose a little bit. We don't have Osama or TJ this week, so that's going
Huge
to be a big
losses, man.
difference. Huge losses for us championship weekend. So I think that a slam dunk. Now that they know that, they should really, um, you know, watch what they're doing and make sure that they get the dub for us. But I think that our team is so deep that it doesn't really matter. TJ and Osama are not there because we'll be able to pull it off.
Yeah, yeah, that's the good thing about our team. We're very deep. We have a lot of scorers. We have a lot of defenders. So I like our odds, without TJ, without Osama. But those are still big losses. I
Very big
think,
losses,
I think I
especially the
wouldn't
team's
even,
tall.
I wouldn't even debate this game if they were here. Honestly, I'd be, you know, looking at round two. But um, now we're missing those guys.
Yeah,
We have to play good because with those guys there, you can
yeah,
kind of like slack off and just do the role. But now, like,
yeah,
you have to start going crazy, boxing people out,
yeah,
getting rebounds,
yeah,
putbacks. I have to start hitting my threes, driving in. Like,
yeah.
we
I
gotta
think
be a
if we're
lot more
playing
aggressive.
bad, like if our team is having a bad day or like we're not all going off, we're gonna lose the game for sure. Because TJ, he was very solid on buckets. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? So the replacement for TJ has to be solid on buckets, or we might lose. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you need to hit the threes. Um, Hamza needs to go off. Everyone needs to play good. Basically, if anyone's slacking, is gonna be over because this team, like I said, they're deep too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they're ready. They have energy. They're ready to go. So this is gonna be a crazy first game. Um, I still think that we'll take the dub on it just because it's our team. I think that because one superstar is gone doesn't mean the other superstars are not going to carry. I think that if our team lost three superstars, our team will still be the best because our team kind of shares the crown a little bit when we're all together.
Yep.
So if one needs to get relied on to be the best, they're going to be the best. That's what our team is. So I think we'll still take the dub.
Yeah. That was a perfect way to put it. I agree with that. Um, and then we can move on to the next game, which is Ghost Town versus El Quds.
Ghost Town,
Man,
man.
I just want to say
D1.
this. We kind of got not screwed in a way, but it's slam dunk is supposed to be a top three seed, right? They had two or
Yeah,
three
yeah,
weeks where their team didn't show up and they lost
yeah.
games and they forfeited a game, so it really tanked their seed. We're the first seed. We're supposed to play the worst seed available.
Yep.
Technically, El Quds is a higher seed, but they're worse. They've been a worse team.
They've been our
So
worst team, yeah.
Ghost Town kind of got lucky by avoiding a slam dunk and not playing them
Yeah,
and letting us play them. So, you know,
yeah.
Ghost Town's a two seed, but they're really playing like a one seed right now because they're playing El Quds. Not saying El Quds is bad, but I just think Slam Dunk overall is a better team. You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree. I agree. A lot harder team to verse. Too many, way more weapons. I feel like to worry about. You have to really strategically plan against their team. They don't have Yassine this week, so that's a tall
That
shooter
boy
that
in
they're not going to
Dubai,
have. He's in
but
Dubai,
he's
man.
not coming for real?
He's not coming
No
in
way.
Dubai, man.
This dude is
He's chilling at the
slacker,
clock tower,
bro.
man. He believes in his team, man. He says ship him the trophy. He believes in
Oh,
his team, man.
hell no.
Zach will be there. He was not there last week in the playoffs, and they still won. But Zach will also be there this week. So
Yeah, man.
I feel like D1 has too much hope in his team, and he will not come easy this week. I think his team is going to be in the ship, in my opinion, Ghost Town. So I think Al Quds should be aware that they need to be on their A game if they want to win against this team.
And I'll say this to El Quds. Ghost Town is overlooking you guys. They don't even see you guys. They're looking for us in the championship. So this
Yeah,
is you guys' time to take advantage of this. You guys got Nagib. You guys can beat. They don't have a big. You know what I'm saying? You guys can. You guys got Seth. If Azu's hitting his threes, Seth's hitting his shots, Naguib getting rebounds, dunking, bro, that like
Yeah,
this could Loki be an upset game. It's just gonna be a hard thing to do. Ghost Town scores too many points, um, but I would just kind of use that as fuel because they're not even looking at you guys. They're thinking this is an easy dub.
yeah,
As they should, being that good of a team they are. But you guys should use that as fire and play the best.
yeah.
But I want
I
to
think,
verse him in the
man, if
ship though.
Alan, yeah,
I need to see
yeah.
Ghost Town.
I think I think if Alan was an injured man, Al Quds would be a crazy team.
He might take off the
Alan, White
cast. Who
Boy,
knows?
ah man, that'd be crazy.
That'd be
But
insane,
his
bro.
his, his younger brother carrying it low key, Ahmad, he scored a lot last week.
Yeah.
So I think if they need to worry about Willie, Zach, TJ. But the thing is, Al Quds, they have a top three players. So is Ghost Town. It just Loki might depend on the fourth and fifth players to carry who can carry the most out of those because they might cancel each other out.
Yep.
So I think it's going to be a good game, but I think Ghost Town's going to come out with a dub just because it's Ghost Town, man. It's D1's team. They're not going to go out without a fight. They're not going to let the ship end.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What do you think?
Yeah. So I got Muslimin versus Ghost Town in the championship. Obviously I got us taking it all. Obviously we know the winner goes to Dallas. For the Muslim Champion League,
Oh yeah,
which is
Dallas. Yeah.
the winners from all leagues across the United States. So it's a very competitive
Yep.
tournament. Um, you know, either Ghost Town or us being sent there, I think we have still a good chance of competing out there. But you know, once you win this league, you got to move up, and it's a whole nother challenge out there, man. People got 3, 4, 6 foot 5, 6 foot 7 players out there, so it's a different challenge. Inshallah, yeah. For the championship this week, we're gonna bring some food and drinks.
Yes,
So
sir.
stay tuned for that,
Bring your
inshallah.
families. Bring your families. Come watch. Have
Yep.
fun. I think to end off on the that note with the Dallas thing, a lot of KC I feel like haven't done too many competition with outside leagues and traveling for sports, except us really. So I feel like um, this would give them a chance to do that. The winner of this league can give them a chance to go experience how it is to play sports outside KC. So
Yeah.
even yeah,
Either either
inshallah, we'll see.
either way, me and Els will still be involved since we're on the committee. And we pretty much run the league. We'll still have to be coordinating with the team that wins our league in Dallas. So um,
Yeah,
we're not just gonna leave you guys hanging. We'll help you guys through the process,
yep.
how to get there and stuff. So yeah, that's gonna conclude the podcast. Appreciate you guys watching, and yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Assalamu alaikum.
Salam.